questions. Coach Atuaia, raise your hand, we'll get you the mic.
Coach, named associate head coach this offseason, what does that title mean to you?
Well, it means that, Coach Scally valued what I did, and it's something that I take very serious. Ensuring that I give my all to not just him, but to the program. I've had it before, and it usually entails you just modeling the culture of what the head man wants to build, and that's what I intend to do. So.
Coach, you have a couple of new faces in your room. Just what has their offseason looked like so far?
Man, it's looked like everybody else's offseason, with the advent of the transfer portal and, a lot of the other new guys in other positions coming in. It's been cool to see them adapt to what we're trying to do, and especially with LaMarcus and Matiaki, a little bit. He was with me a tad bit last year, and then also with Steve. Those guys are acclimating well, and I'm appreciative for their efforts.
You've been pretty vocal on Twitter on just talking about your love of Scally and kind of what he means for this program. What does he mean to you in terms of why you wanted to stay here and what he is as an individual?
I would see Coach Scally here and there, during the years of being in this profession, recruiting and banquets and other things, but I never really got to know him until I started working here last year, and so it's been great to really see who he is as a man and the way that he does his business. So I vibe well with him. He's very energetic, passionate about what he does, and it's infectious. And so being able to be a part of his inaugural coaching staff, I'm appreciative of that, and I'm going to give it my all. So.
Steve Soto, what does he bring to this running back room, and what kind of role do you envision for him?
Yeah, well, I think Steve is going to do well in the sense that he has a great team culture, attitude towards the way that he approaches his work, and I'm excited to see what he does this year in competition with everybody else.
You've seen the Kyle Whittingham regime, and now you've seen kind of the glimpses of what Morgan Scally's regime looks like. What is kind of the differences between the two, and what kind of style does Morgan have compared to what you saw with Kyle?
Man, it's a great question. I think that's probably best for other people that had years with Coach Whittingham. For me, just with my months with him, it was great, and I wish them well over there in Michigan. And I think the focus of having Coach Scally and his fingerprints on the program, I think it'll manifest itself as we go forward. We're still young in the game, and it'll all manifest itself here shortly. So,
Coach, going back to Steve, what did you guys see on film that you felt would translate here, not only in the sense of the offense, but just the culture and everything like that?
Well, again, you have, just the few resources that are provided for you when guys are coming out the transfer portal. So, there are some measurables that you look at, just like we do all the rest of them. But you really don't know until you get them here in the program. And it helped us to have D.O., Coach Odom, to have him on staff there, and others that have seen him, like Coach McGivern. So, having their personal experiences with the young man helped in that regard. So.
Daniel Bray's entering his second year with the program. Just what have you seen from him in terms of growth this offseason?
Daniel Bray. Man, there's a notion in our program, it's not just what you do, but how you do it. And Daniel, I think in his growth as a freshman. Again, he came to me much like LaMarcus did this year. He should still, he should have still been going to high school classes and getting ready for prom and doing all of those things, but he was here mixing it up with us. And so there were some growing pains there. But, when he got in against West Virginia last year and then carved out a role for himself, and then now into spring, building off of that, it's been pleasant. Nowhere near what I foresee him doing in the future, but we're on the right track.
You've been the one to get to see Wayshawn up close for the last 2 years. It seemed like at the end of the season things started to click a little more for him. How is he approaching this spring, and what have you seen from him in his growth as he moves forward?
That's another great question. Wayshawn is leading from the front, and what I mean by that is in every aspect of who he is in our program. Being on the leadership council and those expectations, you have to be all in every single day, and in all aspects of his life, not just here on the football field, but also academics and other things. So, and out in the community. So he's doing that, and I'm challenging him every day. Much different from the rest of the guys in the room to be the bell cow, to be that guy that everybody will follow, and that doesn't just come with a title that's given to you, that's earned. And he's doing that every day, trying to lead the room from the front, and I forced those expectations on him, and he's doing well so far.
All right, that'll wrap us up.
Sweet.